Okay, you guys, so we have a little bit of a story time. I am about to head out back to North Carolina. And somehow my car landed me in College Park. And it got me to thinking that, for me, my Maryland journey, this is where it all started. And I'll show you. You see this Massage Envy right here? That's the Massage Envy that I first worked at when I first came here. And I thought it was so cool to work there. And I thought these little apartments were just freaking adorbs, right? So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be working at Massage Envy and I'll live at one of these apartments and it'll be so cool and it'll be so great. And the IKEA is over there. I don't know if you can see the sign. The IKEA is there, and they got Buffalo Wild Wings, and so I just thought, oh, this is gonna be so. That's where I first ever had my first Potbelly, which I always get the same thing: meatball sandwich. I'm a meatball sandwich kind of girl, not a cheesecake, not a fancy sauces and all this stuff. It's meatball sandwich girl. But anyway, so how I got to this Massage Envy was when I finished massage school in North Carolina. I started working for Massage Envy because Massage Envy recruits heavy. So they came to the school telling us how great of a company it was and all that stuff. So you got to start somewhere. So I get a job at Massage Envy. I'm working in North Carolina, and my cousin, who she's like a baller over at University of Maryland still to this day, she's like, you should come to you should come here. It's Chocolate City. Ugh. Like, after I literally finished massage school, after my son moved to Vegas, she's like, you should come here. Now, backstory, her and I used to party. I mean, we used to party. We would put the P in party. We would start the party and we would leave before the end, because it was like, we don't got to close down the club. So we would go party, leave in Philadelphia. When we lived in Philadelphia, when we both lived close to that area. So when she moved to College Park, she's like, you should come here, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, yeah. So when I looked up this Massage Envy, the owner, her name was Terry, ballin'. This was the top Massage Envy in Maryland. She was like #1. And she's a black lady. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna work for a black lady named Terry, and it's the #1. It's the #1 Massage Envy. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Little did I know I was gonna meet so many fantastic people, and it jumped off from this Massage Envy. Why? Because when I finally was like, you know what, I want to branch out on my own. I'm tired of working for a chain. Down the street is Laurel, for people who don't know. People who know. But if you don't know, College Park is down the street from Laurel. So I ended up getting an apartment in Laurel, and I ended up living in Laurel. So when I was ready to launch, I actually got an office in Laurel when I wanted to branch out on my own. You see how this guy is pacing around? So he got his Massage Envy uniform on. I don't know who he is, but that's what we used to do. Is like, we park on the side, try to get a side parking spot, running, dashing to work, because parking will always be terrible here. It's just a bad parking lot. So when I see him over there, that's where we would take our breaks, walking back and forth. But anyway, sidebar, back to the story. So I got my first office in Laurel, but a lot of the people that I met from this Massage Envy, they was not trying to hear it. Can I tell you? They wanted to follow me. They hunted me down, honey. So they found me, and that was where I first learned, you know what, my name should be my website. Why? Because if anybody's looking for me, they'll be able to find me, like terrybill.com, and I could just easily post where I'm at. Because when you're doing service industry, like if you're doing hair, nails, anything that's your own personal service, sometimes even though you may want to stay at a location, you can't quite stay at that location. Something will happen, something may come up, and it'll be like, I gotta move on. Not because you necessarily want to, because sometimes integrity, like the integritiousness of it all, can bother you. And if you don't want to be bothered like that, then you may not stay. So I learned that early on. even when I was doing out-call massage in DC, people would want to know where I was or what I was doing next. So I just made my name my website. So then I got my office in Laurel, and man, to be full circle, this was in like 2012. So to be in 2025, I just had Potbellies again yesterday for the first time, and I probably hadn't had Potbelly since I left this MB and went on my own. So it's been years. But what did I get? A meatball sandwich, because I'm a meatball sandwich with the peppers. But it's just so many people came into my life from this spot that I'm standing at, and I had no idea. Like, Maryland chewed me up and spit me out. On some hand it was welcoming, some hand it was like a lot of life lessons. Like, this whole thing has been a journey. So I'm like, sheesh, there goes another person going in for work. That feeling of having to go into work, and it's like, it's hot. It's a very busy clinic. Well, it was. I don't know how it is now, but back then it was really busy. And the weirdest thing was that we would have to change rooms. We had to change rooms. Like, nowadays, you get assigned a room and you're just in that room. Back in the day, you would have to change rooms. So you would have to always keep an eye on what room you were going into next. So it'd be like, you'd be over here, and then you'd be over here, and then you'd be over here, and then and it would be like, why are we jumping around? I don't know. I think because they were trying to maximize the money. This was a top MV, so they were making bank every month. And I was like, wow. Oh my God. I think that's somebody I used to know and work with, but I'm not gonna. Never mind. Sidebar. I digress. Anyway, I'm about to hit the road. I'm about to head back to North Carolina. I'll be back again in the summer. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be here more because this has just been an epic journey. And I just want to share what I have learned, because it gets hard. Life be life, and it gets hard. And sometimes you just need that support. So I'm here. Just a little story time. I will see you guys soon. Have an awesome rest of your day. I will be driving, requesting traveling mercies, and I will check in soon.